The trucking industry is moving faster than ever. Technology is changing, emissions rules are getting stricter, driver demands are growing. With so much shifting under the surface, one question is becoming harder to ignore. Who will lead the future of trucking? On one side, you have the American powerhouses, Peterbilt, Freightliner, and Kenworth. These brands have shaped the backbone of U.S. freight for decades, built tough for American roads, trusted by fleet owners, and supported by vast dealer networks. They've earned their place on the highways. On the other side stands Scania, a name that might not be as common in the United States, but one that carries serious weight across Europe. Known for its smart engineering, fuel efficiency, and focus on driver comfort, Scania is quietly stepping into the American market. And it's not coming empty-handed. It's bringing technology, sustainability, and a fresh way of thinking about what a truck should be. This isn't about which truck is better. It's a larger battle between two worlds, one built on legacy and tradition, the other driven by innovation and long-term efficiency. As the global freight industry faces tighter emissions laws and rapid automation, the rules of the game are changing, and so is the competition. So here's the big question. Is America ready to see a European challenger like Scania rise in a space long ruled by the domestic giants? Stick around. You'll want to see how this story unfolds. We are living through one of the most significant shifts in the history of trucking. Around the world, the rules are changing. Governments are pushing stricter emissions targets to combat climate change. Fleets are struggling with driver shortages as younger generations show less interest in long-haul work. And technology is advancing at a pace that many in the industry are still trying to keep up with. In Europe, Scania has become a leader in this new age. It has embraced cleaner engines, fuel-saving systems, and electric and hybrid models. Its trucks are built with the driver in mind, offering comfort and safety features that are setting new standards. Scania's focus on automation, from advanced driver assistance to autonomous testing, it shows how seriously it takes the road ahead. Meanwhile, in the United States, the story has followed a different path. Peterbilt, Freightliner, and Kenworth remain the backbone of American freight. These are the names that have been around for generations, trusted by fleet owners and respected by drivers. They have massive dealer networks, widespread access to parts and repairs, and a deep connection with American trucking culture. For many operators, choosing one of these trucks feels natural, even personal. But while the US giants still dominate the landscape, the global industry is moving. Sustainability is no longer a trend, it's becoming a requirement. Digital tools, data analytics, and automation are no longer optional, they are expectations. And this is where Scania sees an opportunity. Scania is not rushing in, it is stepping carefully, learning the market, and adapting where necessary. Its approach is strategic and not flashy. Rather than trying to compete on legacy, it is aiming to offer something new. A smarter, cleaner, and more future-ready truck that answers the needs of tomorrow's supply chain. This is not just a brand trying to sell trucks in a new country. It's a shift in how trucking itself is being imagined and built. Europe and America have taken different paths. The destination is starting to look similar though. Efficiency, sustainability, and intelligence. The companies that lead in these areas will likely define the future of global freight. So as the dust starts to rise on this global battlefield, the question isn't just who has the best truck today. It is who is building the truck that tomorrow will demand. Let's take a closer look at what makes Scania a serious contender in that race. Scania is far from your average truck. It's the kind of rig that turns heads at truck stops and makes seasoned drivers take a second look. For fleet managers, it's not just about appearance. It's a machine that challenges the usual numbers on fuel costs, maintenance plans, and driver satisfaction. This is a truck designed with purpose, not just volume. It's the result of careful engineering focused on efficiency, comfort, and long-term reliability. Fuel efficiency is one of Scania's standout strengths, and it shows in the real-world numbers. These trucks are built to stretch every gallon. The design of the engines and transmissions focuses on reducing waste, lowering emissions, and delivering consistent power across long distances. One example is the Scania 500S Super, which boasts up to an 8% drop in fuel use compared to earlier models. That's a serious improvement, especially for fleet owners looking to cut costs without sacrificing performance. On top of that, Scania's hybrid and fully electric trucks are already running in parts of Europe. They've proven effective not only in urban routes but also in long-haul scenarios, where electric transport has often been seen as a challenge. But fuel savings alone don't create loyalty. Scania understands that if the driver isn't comfortable, the truck is just another tool. That's why the cabins are designed with the driver at the center. From the layout of the dashboard to the quality of the seat materials, everything is tailored for long-haul comfort and ease of use. The interior is quiet, the controls are intuitive, and the seating positions help reduce fatigue. Many drivers say a Scania cabin feels more like a high-end vehicle than a commercial truck. Alongside that comfort comes a serious focus on safety. Features like adaptive cruise control, lane assist, and automatic emergency braking comes standard in many models. These systems reduce the chance of accidents, protect the driver, and help lower insurance and downtime for fleet operators. Scania also stands out with its modular approach to truck design. Instead of offering a limited set of configurations, Scania gives fleet managers the tools to build a truck around the job it needs to do. Engine choices, axle arrangements, cab heights, chassis lengths, everything is adjustable. This allows for extreme flexibility, whether a fleet is focused on inner-city deliveries or heavy-duty hauling in rough conditions. In Europe, this versatility has made Scania the top choice for a wide range of industries. Whether it's hauling timber through snow-covered forests or navigating tight streets in dense cities, there's a Scania setup that fits the job. What makes Scania unique is how these strengths work together. It's not just an efficient truck, or a safe one, or a customizable one. It's all of these things at once, working in harmony. In Europe, where environmental rules are strict and operating margins are tight, Scania has already proven itself. And as the US market begins to shift towards those same pressures, stricter emission standards, higher fuel costs, and a growing need for automation, Scania's formula starts to look more and more like a blueprint for the future. Now let's be clear, the major players in American trucking are more than just brands. They're deeply rooted institutions in the freight world. Their influence isn't just about performance, it's about legacy, reliability, and national identity. One main reason they continue to dominate is their unmatched dealer networks. If a truck breaks down in the middle of Montana at 2 in the morning, chances are there's a Freightliner or Peterbilt service center not too far away. This nationwide support system means parts are easy to find, service is accessible, and downtime stays low. For fleet owners, that kind of reliability is a game changer. These trucks are also designed with maintenance in mind. Mechanics know them inside and out. Parts are stocked across the country. Repairs are fast, straightforward, and familiar. And durability is another big strength. Trucks like the Peterbilt 389 are well known because they do a great job on long, tough drives across American highways. Their engines, especially PACCAR and Cummins, are built for strong pulling power. That kind of strength is important when carrying heavy loads on steep hills or driving thousands of miles without many stops. These trucks are made to handle the hard work of long-distance hauling. And finally, there's a strong emotional connection at play. For many fleet managers and drivers, these trucks represent more than just equipment. They symbolize American strength and craftsmanship. Built in the United States and trusted by generations of drivers, they carry a sense of pride that influences buying decisions as much as any spec sheet. Scania may bring new ideas to the table, but the American giants still carry the weight of tradition, loyalty, and a track record that's hard to match. No side has it all figured out. Even the biggest names in trucking come with their own problems. Scania and the American heavyweights each have blind spots that hold them back in different ways. One of Scania's biggest challenges in the United States is its limited service network. Even though the company now has over 300 service points across North America and a main warehouse in Indiana, many truckers still find it hard to get help quickly, especially in remote areas. If a truck breaks down and the nearest support is hundreds of miles away, that delay can cost both time and money. Scania trucks are also more expensive to own and maintain in the US. There's a 25% import tax on European-made trucks, and extra costs are involved in converting them to meet US Department of Transportation rules. Parts often take longer to arrive, and not every mechanic is trained to work on these trucks. These factors increase the total cost of ownership and may discourage potential buyers. There are also regulatory hurdles. Even though Scania's trucks meet or exceed most environmental standards, they still need to follow US-specific rules. These include different axle layouts, braking systems, and safety codes. These differences mean that Scania must keep learning and adjusting before its trucks can move smoothly through American logistics. On the other hand, American trucks have their own weaknesses. When it comes to clean energy and electric trucks, they are still catching up. Scania has been running electric fleets in Sweden for years. In comparison, many American manufacturers are only now rolling out their first electric models, like the Freightliner e-Cascadia. Progress is happening, but at a slower pace. Freightliner began customer deliveries in 2022. but mass adoption and national infrastructure are still a work in progress. Driver comfort in another area is where US trucks often lag behind. American brands prioritize durability and uptime, but their cabins can feel basic or outdated compared to European standards. Scania trucks are known for their quiet ride, ergonomic layouts, and smart use of space. For drivers who spend long hours on the road, these differences are more than cosmetic. Comfort influences fatigue, safety, and job satisfaction. American trucks are also less flexible when it comes to design. Scania offers a modular system, allowing customers to choose from a wide range of engine types, axles, and cab setups. This helps fleets build trucks tailored to specific jobs. In contrast, many American trucks come in fixed packages, giving buyers fewer options and limiting their ability to fine-tune their rigs. Scania brings innovation, fuel savings, and thoughtful design to the table, but it must strengthen its US presence and fully adapt to local regulations. At the same time, American truck makers need to move faster on green technology, improving the driving experience, and give buyers more control over how their trucks are built if they want to stay ahead in a changing industry. The future of trucking is no longer a distant concept. It's unfolding now, and this is where the conversation gets serious. Scania has taken a bold lead. Its autonomous trucks are already operating in controlled settings, showing that this isn't just hype, it's working technology. Features like truck platooning and AI-driven predictive maintenance aren't dreams for tomorrow. They're real systems being used to cut fuel costs, reduce wear, and improve safety today. And then there's the Scania 45R. This fully electric 64-ton hauler delivers up to 250 miles of real-world range when fully loaded. Thanks to its 6-battery configuration, with lighter loads around 40 tons, it can reach up to 350 kilometers, or about 217 miles. This isn't a prototype or a lab test. It's already running on public roads and proving itself in real operations. For fleets ready to step into the electric era, Scania is showing that the tech isn't just a future promise, it's already delivering today. American brands are starting to respond. Freightliner has launched the e-Cascadia, and Peterbilt introduced the Model 579 EV. Both are solid steps forward and show clear effort towards greener transport, but their presence on US roads is still small. Part of the challenge is infrastructure. Charging stations are still sparse in many parts of the country, especially for heavy-duty rigs. The competition is heating up, and the stakes are global. The European Union is targeting full zero-emission fleets by 2040, and California is aiming for similar goals. These aren't optional milestones. They're mandates. Green technology is shifting from a nice feature to a business necessity. Companies that don't often get on board may find themselves left behind. The trucking world is changing fast, and those who lead in autonomy and sustainability won't just stay relevant, they'll define the future. As more drivers experience both Scania and US truck brands, key differences stand out, especially in comfort, reliability, and innovation. Online forums like Reddit are full of comparisons, and one driver put it plainly: we have a long way to go to improve ride quality and soundproofing in North American trucks. This is the most comfortable truck I've ever ridden in. That truck? A Scania. Another driver with experience across Europe and the US said, if I can't have a T680, I'd rather drive a Volvo than a Cascadia. Others are more direct. I'd love to have a Scania here in North America. Driver comfort is where Scania shines. Users rave about its cab design, air suspension on all corners, double-glazed windows, quiet cabins, and layouts that reduce driver fatigue. One called it like driving a cloud. In a job where long hours are the norm, comfort becomes essential, not extra. US trucks like Freightliner and Kenworth win on toughness and availability, but drivers often complain about stiff seats, noisy cabins, and minimal evolution in design. As one veteran put it, Freightliners are easy to maintain, parts are everywhere. The network's unbeatable, and it's that support that gives American brands a big edge in uptime and logistics. Still, issues like electrical faults persist in some US models, even with dealer support. Scania, on the other hand, is making real gains in fuel efficiency and innovation. A July 2025 comparison by Load's Kiwi highlights Scania's smart engine programming and safety tech, which translates into lower fuel costs and smoother operations. American brands are catching up. Tesla, Freightliner, and Kenworth are pushing electric options, but most are still in trial phases. Fleet managers want proven reliability, and that's where Scania is already delivering. So, who's really winning the battle of the big rigs? Well, let's settle this. When it comes to performance, Scania is the clear front runner. Drivers rave about the ride quality, power delivery, and refined handling that sets it apart from the rough and ready American classics. On the innovation front, Scania dominates again, from smarter drivetrains to futuristic cab design and advanced safety systems. They're setting the pace while others try to catch up. But the game shifts when money talks. US truck makers win the cost efficiency battle. Their lower upfront prices, accessible parts, and simpler mechanics keep fleets rolling without breaking the bank. And then there's the support network. Thousands of dealerships and service bays coast to coast. In America, downtime is death, and the home team knows how to keep trucks on the move. Still, Scania pulls ahead once more when we talk about the environment. Their electric lineup is more than a prototype, it's already working. Efficient diesel engines, aerodynamic cabs, and a serious focus on sustainability give Scania a clear edge in the green race. The bottom line, Scania is the future, without a strong local presence in America. Without the service network, logistics, and local support, it's a future that's still waiting at the border. For now, American trucks rule due to widespread availability. But a decade from now, if Scania establishes a strong presence, the balance could shift, and the king of the road might just come from Sweden. Ultimately, Scania may not rule US highways just yet, but it's already shifting the landscape. With its cutting-edge design and commitment to sustainability, Scania signals where the future of trucking is headed. If American manufacturers want to stay ahead, they'll need to evolve just as quickly. So, what's your take? Would you pick a Scania over a Peterbilt or Freightliner? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like if you believe the future of trucking is electric. Subscribe for more global trucking insights and comment your pick for the next showdown.